Hello there, this is John Munter for talking about the Gospel of Thomas again. We're quoting from the Nag Hammadi Library by James Robinson, and I'll recap a bit of the past. The first 14 sayings talk about going within, experiencing the divine love and freedom and ecstasy of the higher self. The next 14 sayings talk about more of individual discipleship, of how the light is really from where you began, and so it's very comfortable and a thing from your inner guidance. And talks about then making the light shine into our brothers and sisters. Next 21 sayings will talk about society a little bit more, and how don't get too involved with the blind leading the blind and getting your hands tied, and become passers-by in religious disputes. We come soon then to more of a focus on the higher self in 48, where you can say a mountain move away and it will move, and even seeing time and space being relative and being outside of time and space in the higher self, which involves an experience number 50, where we go back to the light, where we were manifested in its image, and we experience that movement of spirit and the peace of the higher self. This is explained that it's not something in the past or the future, it's right present with us now, and always has been and always will be. It becomes defined in 53 with the idea of circumcision, where we circumcise everything that is not really part of the spirit. So that leads in 54. Blessed are the poor, for yours is the kingdom of heaven. And so that explains the circumcision of spirit, that we can be blessed if we're really poor and we have nothing but the kingdom of heaven. But it also could be that we don't have to necessarily physically be poor, possibly, that if we experience the kingdom of heaven and the movement of the spirit in whatever realm we are, then that's what's important, rather than materializing into money or something else. But the question is, what does this mean, kingdom of heaven? And it's defined in 55 as, whoever does not hate his father and his mother cannot become a disciple to me. Whoever does not hate his brothers and sisters and take up his cross in my way will not be worthy of me. Hate here does not mean the emotion hate. It really means put aside. And so that's what we do as disciples. We become interested universally in people, and not just our particular family, our particular emotional attachments. So what does it mean then to take up my cross in my way? And could it be an ecstatic way? Could it be, say, the movement of the Spirit? It could be a lot of that. I don't really think Jesus wanted to be crucified or chose it, but he accepted it as part of his life path that happened. So what does it mean, in my way? Let's look at number 56 and to see how that is defined. Jesus said, whoever has come to understand the world has found only a corpse, and whoever has found a corpse is superior to the world. So it's saying that crucifixion goes along with the rest of the world, that this world is really a corpse without the spirit in it, if it doesn't have spirit in it. And there's not a big deal with it, so that to be crucified is a temporary phenomenon, and something where nothing is really lost in terms of losing your life, because this world is not something that where your wealth is stored in. And so to understand this, that the world is not that important, one understands the higher self and understands the superiority over the higher self over the world. Well, then the question could naturally come of, well, why are we here then, really? I mean, what's the point? And number 57 answers that. Jesus said, the kingdom of the Father is like a man who had a good seed. His enemy came by night and sowed weeds among the good seed. The man did not allow them to pull up the weed. He said to them, I am afraid that you will go intending to pull up the weeds and pull up the wheat along with them. For on the day of the harvest, the weeds will be plainly visible, and they will be pulled up and burned. This is saying that the wheat you could liken to light. And to increase our light in our being, then the weeds act as resistance training, like lifting weights. And so the question could come, do we really need the weeds? And 58 answers that. Blessed is the man who has suffered and found life. So suffering somehow then increases the light in us, or can. And how does that happen? So let's look at 59 as well. Jesus said, take heed of the living one while you are alive, lest you die and seek to see him and be unable to do so. Okay, so it's important in this life then. When we die, well, what do we die into? We die into our soul, into our memories, into our whole past, and possibly our future, but into ourselves. And so perhaps from that perspective, from dying into our addictions, into our errors, perhaps there it's more difficult to sense the Spirit or the living one. Whereas here in this life, it's a grace that we don't have constant memory of all of our past mistakes, that we can turn and change and become anew in each moment and see the living one in each moment. So that could be a question then for the next saying. Who is the living one and what is the living one? So let's come to that next time. Thanks. This is John Munter. My website is www.themirroredbridalchamber.com, and my book is The Integral Gospel of Thomas Made Easy. Thank you.